talk about tonight is, as you know, the test scores come out in September, October-ish. And the way the law reads is that as soon as the test scores go public, the schools have 90 days to prepare kind of their action plan, what we call a school improvement plan or a district improvement plan. And so what we're going to do is to give you just a brief overview of what each school and overall district we've decided to set as goals for our next steps. In addition, this fits right into the GAP goals that each site-based council has already set and that the board will be approving tonight. So without any further ado, the program that principals are required to put their action plan into is called ASSIST, and it's a pretty complex technology platform, and so when it's generated a report, it's quite lengthy. So what we do in our district is we do something a little bit extra. We do a plan on a page because that's much easier to monitor. If we're going to have something down on a piece of paper, we have to monitor it, and this is what works for us in Marion County. So this is the district overall goal for teaching and learning, and you can see that there are basically three big components. What are we going to help kids learn and be able to do in the classroom? We're going to make data-driven decisions by looking at their data, helping kids set goals, and being able to give them feedback on how to move forward. And then the last part is the intervening and enriching. What are we going to do when kids have not learned the information, the content? And then on the other side, how are we going to enrich those kids that have already mastered that content to keep moving them forward? So all of this feeds into all of the activities that we plan to do in our schools, but ultimately what we're shooting for is to make progress on our 6 big dreams. So it's not just a plan on a piece of paper, it's an action plan that we're going to monitor. So we're going to move on to the next school.
Hi, I'm Sarah Brady. I'm the principal of Calvary Elementary School, and I'm super proud of this plan. The site base worked really hard with me to create this plan, and what I love about it the most is it encompasses several different rubrics and things that we follow and kind of rolled it into one. Some of the things that we used is our professional growth and evaluation system. We used some things from there to give us exemplary level teaching, and we're also a Leader in Me school in our 2nd year, so we used some things from our Leader in Me rubric and put that on there to keep us very concise and very focused. Some of the things that I wanted to highlight for you tonight is the one under the proficiency goal, and that's students leading their own learning. We have a big push at Calvary Elementary School for students to be in charge of their learning, and we are going to accomplish this in one way by really focusing on giving students 21st century opportunities and developing 21st century classrooms. So we're looking for ways for students to communicate, collaborate, have critical thinking, and be creative in the classroom. Another thing I want to feature is something that we've already started implementing, started 2 weeks ago, and it's under our GAP target goal here, our flexible strategy groups. Our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade have already implemented this, and those teachers have taken those students and they have put them into reading levels not based on grade, but based on what the students are doing and how they're reading. So that is something very strong. Teachers are able to give instruction that fits the exact reading level of a student regardless of age or grade level, and they're giving very specific feedback for that. And then our kindergarten 1st and 2nd are following suit with their flexible strategy groups that they're planning after Christmas. So I'm really excited about this plan and the impact it's going to make for the students at Calvary Elementary.
Okay.
Good evening, I'm Auntie Akers. I'm the principal at Glasscock Elementary School. At Glasscock, we are are focused on 3 goals. One goal is the proficiency goal, that is for all students. Another goal is the GAP goal, that is specifically for our students who are living in poverty, our students who are exceptional child education, and those who are minority students. Our last goal is the novice reduction goal, and this is to reduce the number of students scoring at the novice level. For our proficiency goal, we are ensuring differentiated instruction based on individual student needs at all academic levels. We also have an arts enrichment time so that all of our students have the opportunity to perform and have experiences playing musical instruments. We also are focused on our Project Lead the Way launch curriculum, which provides project-based learning that ties in with the pre-engineering in STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. For our GAP goal, we are providing specialized instruction for our students who are struggling academically. We have kindergarten and early childhood activities through our Born Learning Grant, and our teachers, we do book studies so that they may grow professionally. For our novice reduction goal, we provide specific interventions. We use effective teaching strategies, and we provide student leadership opportunities through the Leader in Me program. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Donna Royce. I'm the principal of Lebanon Elementary School. And our plan on the page is very similar to Glasscock in that we have 3 goals: a proficiency goal for all students, a GAP goal for those students that fall in certain categories such as poverty or minorities or special education or ECE students. Our novice goal, to reduce the novice that scored in reading and math. The center of our plan states the specific activities that we're going to do, and one of the main focuses for our school, because of the low score that we had on our K-Prep in social studies, we want to make sure that our viable curriculum is in place and that all grades are teaching social studies as need be, and of course the new science standards as well. And all of those activities are going to help us achieve our school goals that we have this year, which is building leadership capacity in our students and our teachers, teaching of the what or the curriculum to make sure that students are getting the depth of the Common Core standards that they need, promoting parental involvement, which is key to being successful, and then last of all, becoming a distinguished school. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Robbie Peterson, the principal at West Marion Elementary School. Actually, school improvement is a continuous process. We started back in the spring whenever we, the teachers as a whole, decided to create the position of an interventionist so that we can be intentional in improving all students' scores and reading levels and math levels, etc. That is one of our biggest goals, is being intentional and improve students who are struggling and getting them at the right level where they need to be so they can be successful as they move on through their educational career. Also, we are another focus is reading. We're doing level reading groups, grades 2 through 5, where we group the students based on reading levels so that their instruction in small group is based on their needs, so that we're being intentional there as well. And our the third belief that we have in terms of school improvement is culture. We believe in a culture-driven success.
Good evening, I'm Millie Blanford, and I am the new kid on the block. And I just want to say I'm excited to have the opportunity to be a part of Marion County Public Schools, and I'm honored to serve, be selected to serve as principal of Lebanon Middle School. It didn't take me long to be at the middle school, and as a matter of fact, just a few days before I was able to see the great teachers who are there, the great students, and so I'm excited to be a part of that. I worked with the teachers in looking over the school improvement plan, and there were many strategies that were already implemented that we continue to use with the school improvement plan. One of those being the literacy across all content. So once a month, the teachers are given a new literacy strategy to implement with their students. Another strategy that impressed me in my short time there are their professional learning communities, where teachers, about once or twice a month, they will get together and they will collab and talk about the needs and talk about what's working. And so this continues even when it's not during their scheduled times. I hear this every day of teachers collaborating together. An initiative that the teachers and I are working on that I'm excited about and the students are excited about are Patriot Bucks. And our students this is just an incentive for the students for growth, when they have growth, whether it be in their academics, math test, or whatever. And they're talking about content, and they're talking about their math test, and they're talking about points that they've grown, and so they're able to earn these Patriot Bucks. And then we're going to have rewards day where they can spend them on various things such as free time or candy and bonus points, things like that. So I'm excited to see the bright future that lies ahead for Lebanon Middle School.
Good evening, I'm Buffy Mann. I'm the principal at St. Charles Middle School, which is a 2016 School of Distinction. And our plan is to maintain that rating. We do not see it as just a rating. It is about the growth of all students. It's about growing those students who are excelling. Enrichment time is used in the afternoons for those students as well. We are focused on not reducing our novice, and we have RTI programs in place, very specific monitoring of each small group. We are a small school, so when we talk about novice, our percentage is small, and it comes down to just a few students. We know those students, we know their needs, and we address those needs. We also have a CCR, which is a college and career life ready goal, and we hope to prepare the students from the middle school level as they move on to the high school and then for their careers that follow. We have mentoring with those students on a one-to-one basis with teachers. We have a career fair. We have them for exposure to careers for those students. And hopefully that this will help them in making their decisions and choosing their career path as they move to the high school and on into their future.
Good evening. I'm Tom Brown. I'm the interim principal at Marion County High School. And just want to say thank you. It's been a very good year for us. I want to thank the board and the staff here at the central office, plus the staff and students at Marion County High School. We've had a really good first semester and looking forward to finishing the year strong also. For our plan on a page, we zeroed in on 5 targeted areas, 3 academic targets and then 2 targets. We're dealing with a high school, so we're looking at graduation. So 2 targets that will deal at something like that. For our first academic target was our proficiency goal. Mainly, we're attacking areas in reading, science, and writing that will have a strong literary focus, and we're working very hard with our literacy plan and implementing it. Our second academic goal is our gap goal. We want to reduce the gap. We're dealing with, the proficiency goal dealt with all students. The gap goal deals with a specific targeted group of students. Students that are in special education, our poverty students, our students that are achieving below where we feel like they should be academically. So we're trying to be targeted interventions in those areas and reduce that gap. Our last academic goal deals with our novice reduction goal, and we are working very hard with our RTI plan and working hard to make sure that we're moving who are the lowest scoring students up the ladder as swiftly as we can. Our 2 graduation goals for things dealing with graduation in high school, we want to get, first one deals with CCR goal. We're wanting to get, like our superintendent said earlier, we're trying to move towards that 100% career and college ready as they graduate. And then the last one, dealing with our graduation rate, we want to get it as high as we can. Graduation rate is high, we want to get it up even higher. Thank you.
Last but not least, my plan on a page looks just a little different because our accountability system at the Marion County ATC is just a little different than our other schools in the district. My name is Christina McRae. I'm the principal at the Marion County ATC. I've been on the job now about 30 days. I know we're talking about school improvement, but I first wanted to celebrate some great things we've already accomplished in our first 30 days. One of those is we've added a new guidance counselor, full-time guidance counselor. Miss Courtney Murphy's here with us this evening. And in her first few short days, she's hit the ground running, working with our team, working with our kids to ensure that those students are in the correct pathway that meets their needs and their future goals. So I want to applaud Miss Murphy for jumping right in and communicating and collaborating with those kids in our community to get us on the right path. We've also worked really hard in the first 30 days to strengthen our partnerships, not only with Marion County High School, but Washington County Board of Education and High School as well. We serve students in both counties, so it's important that we strengthen that partnership with them. And we've worked really hard in the first 30 days to celebrate all of the great things we have going on. We have programs at the ATC that are 21st century, and we need to tell everybody we know about how great those are, because we're building our future workforce, and that's important to us. Moving on to our improvement plan, if you will, we've got a lot of great things going on, but we want to continue to grow. So we're going to base most of our work around 4 pillars at the ATC. First of which is, of course, high expectations, not only for ourselves as the adults, but for our students. That on a daily basis, we practice those work-ready behaviors. What's it like to be an employee? What do we need to do to help kids be ready to go to work? And celebrate those actions daily. And also get our facilities and our equipment up to industry standard so that kids are getting real experience that will help them in the future. Of course, in every school, a focus is teaching and learning, but we're taking that to the next level at the ATC, working with our teachers and our team on curriculum work. Pacing guides. What are we going to know at the end of this 18-week course that will help me be a better employee? And we also want to be able to tell our industry that are employing our students what projects have they completed as they've progressed through the pathway. What 5S standards have we practiced with those students that can help them be great employees for our business and industry? Another really important aspect for us is collaboration. We're getting ready to welcome a new board, as Ms. Schlosser mentioned in her superintendent's report, that will guide our work in Marion and Washington counties for years to come. We want to get those partners on board because we need them. We need their insight. We need their expertise to help guide our work. So we're really happy with our business and industry partnership and taking a whole regional approach to educating the students of Marion and Washington County, because they're our future workforce. Those are the students who will take care of us one day. We want to make sure that we've done everything we can to prepare them. And last but certainly not least is accountability. For every student that's enrolled at the Marion County ATC, we want them to graduate college and career ready. Okay, we have our own set of numbers from the state based on the students who are enrolled with us, and our goal is to graduate all the students who enter our programs as a college and career ready student. So we have that accountability that we want to work with, and then continuing to coach our teachers on good instructional strategies and hold them accountable so that our students can earn industry certifications and pass our skills standards assessments that will prepare them for the world of work. So all of our work is going to go around those 4 pillars as we move forward, because we want the Marion County ATC to be the place for 21st century learning in our region, and we're really, really excited about the future. So, thank you.
Does anyone have any questions? Thank you.
Okay, thank you all so much. Great job doing. I like the way you plan and look at the future, and